Hello everyone, welcome back. I missed you. It's been a little while since we posted a video, and there's a reason for that. My installation of Minecraft got corrupted, and I lost everything. And rather than post a bunch of videos for some stuff that I did that is no longer there, I decided that we're going to do something different. So what we've done is I've taken the seed that I showed you in the first video, and I have restarted this world. As you can see, there's not a whole lot that I've done yet, and we're going to get into a few more technical things and reasons why I've done stuff. So, the good news is I've got a plan now. This whole village here, the whole village is going away. Now if you look over my shoulder there, you can see the top of that mountain that has the big cavern in it. I'm going to take this whole village, all the villagers and everything, and I'm going to move them over into that cavern. And I'm going to try to make it like really cool, on the water, kind of living in the cliffs, and make them a nice safe place that they can, be villagers. Then I'm going to take this whole area over here, and I'm going to start a very ambitious plan. All of this is going to be turned into a town with the hopeful future of creating a Minecraft server for, old friends and new to play together, have some fun. That's gonna take a lot of resources and some time and designs, and I want some help from my lovely community out here, all the people that sent me questions and commented on my last videos and sent me private messages. So we're going to sort of try and do this together as much as possible, because playing and having fun is always better when you're together. So, let's get into it. Alright, let's give this one more shot. Bah. I'm going to put that right there. Let's see if I remember correctly. Yep. Alright, so first things first, I had some questions about the last video, so I'm going to go over some things. First, I'm going to gather up these pumpkins, of course. Alright, so what we have over here is a village. Villages, hopefully, have villagers. Villagers are very important later on, because you can trade with them. Trading with villagers is a much easier and more repeatable way to get resources. Different books and things. And the reason that these villages are so important besides that is because villages tend to have really good stuff in them. Now, if I remember correctly, this village didn't have much good stuff in it. See, here is a potion stand. Hello. Let's take these down. Oop. Well, I've got enough of that for food for now. We'll come back. Oh, what's in here? So, got some good stuff out of that chest. I might as well just remove it so that I can remember. Sometimes you'll run into things like pieces of armor or tools. Sometimes you'll get really good stuff like obsidian and various other difficult to acquire resources this early in the game. Hello. Ooh, I'll get to the farmers here in a second. Oh, cats. Cats are very important because cats scare away creepers. And creeper exploding right behind you is just, it's not fun. Not fun at all. I've got to make a ramp up here. First thing I'm going to do is break this. And I'm going to put it here. Alright, so the reason that I am moving their crafting stations is very simple. They can climb up one block and one block only. Still got that zero gravity water going on over here. Now if they're up on this block and they jump and they end up landing on an area that had tilled soil, then what they'll do is they will trample that ground. And once it's trampled, well, you can't plant crops there anymore. That's not a good thing. You know what, we're going to go ahead and take this. And we're going to put it over here and have 3 of you working on this one little plot. How does that sound? Alright. And so I'm going to rip up all of these crops because that's a bunch of stuff that I don't want them to have. Oh, I need to make a hoe. And yes, every Minecraft game for the most part starts off with punching trees. So we're going to take that and do that. Then we're going to open this because I don't feel like going through all that. Going to make us a little crafting table. Crafting table here is going to allow us to make a hoe. A hoe is what you need to make the ground plantable. Oops. No, I don't want to sell you potatoes. And the reason that I'm planting just carrots and potatoes and the way that I'm planting them and all that, we're going to go over that real quick right now. And so here's your explanation. And welcome to my test world. This is where I'm going to show you stuff that I can't build in my survival world, or that's just easier to build here. Ooh, sheep. Ooh, all kinds of animals. And a village. We're going to ignore that village for right now. First, I'm going to show you some things. So, when you want to grow some crops, what you're going to need is you're going to need some water. And then you're going to need a hoe. And you're going to want to make the ground suitable for planting. Now what I'm going to go through today is... Oops. I see. I need an empty bucket. What I'm going to go through today is some real basic stuff about crops. And I'm going to break it up into 3 different kinds of crops. It's going to be carrots and potatoes. Then it's going to be wheat and beets. And finally, it's going to be our melons and pumpkins. Now I've got the speed turned up just a little bit in this world, so things should grow a little bit faster than normal. And we're going to wait until these grow up a little bit. Then we'll get back to it. And you can see that they're growing up rather quickly already. So first thing I'm going to go over here is wheat and beets. Wheat and beets are both planted from seed. And when you harvest some, like let's say I harvested this beet once it's fully grown, I'm going to get not only some seed, but I'm going to get the oh, it didn't work. Well, gotta go into survival. 1 second. Okay, I've set the game mode to survival so that I can show you what happens when you start to go through all this. Move this stuff out of the way. I'm just rearranging my bar here a little bit. So what do we have? We have some beets and some wheat. Now, once the beet's fully grown, which you can see, this is fully grown, and I harvest that, I'm going to get 2 things. I'm going to get beetroot, and I'm going to get beetroot seeds. Just got another beetroot and a whole bunch of beetroot seeds. This one's going to give me a beetroot and a whole bunch of seeds. And this one's not quite grown up yet. So I'm going to go ahead and move to wheat. When wheat grows up, it gives wheat and wheat seeds. Wheat seeds is some of the easiest stuff to come by. You just break grass and they'll randomly spawn in some wheat seeds. As you can see, wheat and wheat seeds. So what this requires is 2 spots in an inventory. You harvest it, and then you got to replant it from the seed. I can't plant a beet. Doesn't work. I can't plant wheat. But I can plant wheat seeds. No problem. So the reason that I go ahead and get rid of all the beets and the wheat when I take over a village is because a farmer has a certain set amount of inventory. And I don't want seeds taking up space in that inventory. Let's do something about this setting sun. Hold on one second. And the daylight is back so that we can see what we're doing. So a farmer has a limited amount of inventory space. And if his space is taken up by seeds or by anything useless, he's not going to be able to carry food back to the other villagers. Now, when villagers are breeding naturally, they require a certain amount of food. You can give them food, or the food can be provided by farmers. Once villagers get a certain amount of food and other criteria is met, such as having enough beds within the village, etc., they will create a baby villager. It's very important to keep the village going. But as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of seeds and not very much when it comes to the beetroot. Now, beetroot can be eaten. Wheat cannot be eaten. Wheat has to be made into bread before it can be eaten. Meaning that if you have wheat and a villager is farming that, eventually, not only will he not be able to provide food for the village, but his inventory will fill up with wheat seeds and he won't even be able to pick up the wheat anymore. That's not good. Beets have the same problem. You know what? I take back what I said about the wheat. Their inventory will fill up with wheat and wheat seeds, but they're not going to be giving the wheat away because nobody can eat it. If they're farming beets, their inventory will fill up with beet seeds. Now let's take a look at two of my favorite crops, potatoes and carrots. Potatoes are planted from potatoes, and carrots from carrots. And when I harvest a potato plant, I get potatoes. No seeds or anything like that. And then I can just put those same potatoes back into the ground to grow more. Same thing with these carrots. Now you saw I started off with 1 carrot, 1 potato, and 5 of each plants. Now I've replanted those 5 and I've got 14 carrots and 13 potatoes. You're going to get multiple from these. Now if farmers are farming carrots and potatoes, they can eat the carrots and the potatoes and they can pass them around to other villagers, and then their inventory doesn't get full of all kinds of, different useless stuff. That is the reason why I break all of the plants that are there and I plant carrots and potatoes in their place. Third group of plants I want to talk about are melons and pumpkins. Melons and pumpkins come from seeds, and they grow stalks. And what those stalks will do is randomly generate a plant matching what they are. This is a melon stalk, so that's a melon plant next to them. If I smash this plant and I get some melon slices, and I smash this plant and I'll get a pumpkin, eventually these two will grow again in a random square around them, as long as that square is not occupied by something. As you can see, this was soil set for growing plants in. I had already hit it with the hoe. But when the melon and pumpkin grew on it, it turned it back into regular dirt, which started to turn back into grass. Grass spreads, by the way. Oh, look, there's another melon. Grew in the same spot. Now, pumpkins can be turned into fun stuff like pumpkin pie. Melons can be eaten. You can also do a bunch of other fun things with pumpkins, but we're gonna discover all that stuff along the way. And the pumpkins and the melons can be broken down for their seeds. That way, if you have one pumpkin, you can plant it and then grow an infinite number of pumpkins. The planting does require tilled earth, and it'll just keep growing. The villagers will not harvest this, at least the last time I checked. And so if you're growing this, you're harvesting this by hand. One other thing that's important to know, you'll see that these plants sort of on the end aren't growing quite as fast. If you plant your plants in an alternating fashion, they will grow faster. I'm not 100% sure what the best alternating fashion is, but as long as they have a different plant next to them, they actually grow a little bit faster, which is very important when you need to grow a whole lot of stuff very quickly. And I think that's about it for the plants. Let's get back to what we were doing. One more thing I wanted to talk about is making it easier to maneuver around your generic farm fields. Now, I'm not going to sit here and mess with this right now to get optimum growth out of it or anything like that. What I am going to do is going to make it easier to move about. Now, if I get stuck in this water and I try to jump out and I jump, I run the risk of trampling my crops. So what I've gone and done is I've made some slabs out of my planks. And if I put that on the top of the water, that block still has water in it under there. And all the farm field around it still recognizes that it has water. So all that farm field around it will still grow, no problem. And I don't run the risk of falling into the water anymore. Oh, just in case it wasn't clear for people just starting out, this tilled soil here will only stay nice and dark and wet like this when it's close enough to a water source. If it's not close enough to a water source, it will dry out and will eventually return to dirt. And that's not good, because when it does, it'll kick whatever is growing in here out. Sun's going down. Time to run to a bed. So another great benefit... I hear people. Another great benefit of a village is that a village is full of beds. Beds are very important. So mobs spawn in the dark, and they spawn at night. And there's a zombie right there. And what he's going to do is he's going to try to get me, but I'm... Oh, no, I just trapped myself. That's not good. Let's hit him with a pickaxe. Go away! No zombie! Bad zombie! Where's that iron golem when we need him? That iron golem usually helps protect the village. I don't know what his deal is right now. But we're gonna go in here. All these guys are hiding, and we're gonna steal this bed. When we sleep, time advances to the morning. When time advances to the morning, zombies and skeletons are burned by the sunlight. You see there's a perfect example right there. That's a skeleton. He probably wants to attack that villager. He's looking for some shade. If they're under trees, or if they're in the water, they won't burn. And they'll just stand there all day waiting for you to get close enough. Alright, so here we are. You can see we've got our food situation sorted out for the time being. This project is going to take quite a bit of time, and it's going to take a massive amount of resources. And it's also going to take a lot of support from you. You know, I want to hear feedback from the community. You know, see what you guys like, what you guys don't. Help me design some buildings. You know, we can go through some different things that I want to take a look at, and we can walk through some things that you want to take a look at. You know, this is us playing together and having fun. So, with that said, I invite you to join me on my Discord. Link's gonna be down, you know, in the stuff below the video. Also, I encourage you, if you like this, go ahead and drop a like, and if you want to see more of this, subscribe. And please leave some comments. Let me know what you like, what you're not liking, how you think I can improve, how you think the builds can improve, what your ideas might be. I look forward to reading all of the comments, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care and have a good one.